Hello, everyone. I'm Kirk Stevens, and welcome to The Long Dark. Today's episode, we are diving back into heliophobia. Um, for those of you who might not have seen the earlier episodes, this is an infliction that Will has a mental issue that he is deathly afraid of the sun, and so he cannot go out during the daylight. So it is the middle of the night. We are picking up where we left off in the dam. We were attempting to get the rifle. And for the moment, I think we're going to get up towards the top here. So essentially, what we were doing in the last episode was that we were trying to find that specialty rifle that's supposed to be a little lighter weight. And let's turn this on so you guys can see. And it is usually either hiding in here. It's 94%. What is ours? How good is ours? Is it worth a trade? Well, I know it doesn't deteriorate, but we'll run this out of fuel and swap it out. Arrow, I'll take that. And you got to wonder, what was the guy shooting at? To shoot an arrow in the door. What was he hearing in the darkness of the dam? So anyway, we were looking for the rifle is basically what we were getting at. And we did not find it in the usual places that I know to look for it. There could be one other place to look for it, but I'm wondering if the rifle isn't triggered until you actually read the letter about it, which I believe is up here in the offices. So we're going to go back up here and go look for it. Oh, good Lord, another lantern. We'll take the best of the three and we'll store the rest. That'll be the one thing about playing this run being on Stalker. We're going to have a plethora of extra items and things to go through. So I don't remember. Did we check any of this? I think we raced right down. We were just going to go get the gun and move on.
I think I can use this.
Possibly. I don't know what we have already. We're going to have to look at your attire. So let's go over here and take a look and see which lamp is best and see how we can lighten your load here, because you're walking around very heavy. Yeah, we got a ton of stuff that we left behind in there. Alright, so let's put you out. And away. And lanterns. Keep the best. Multiple flashlights. We'll store one of those. Yeah, we're only carrying almost 50 kilos of stuff. Not a lot. Here. I'm glad I wasn't just picking stuff up randomly on the ground. Just drop all of that for right now. Tell you what. Oops. Over here. Over here. We don't need that. Let's put that away. We might need that. We don't need the gun at the moment. Or the bullets. Oh yes, we got all that meat. I forgot about that. Let's step outside and drop that out in the snow before it deteriorates any worse. That'll help a little. It wasn't daylight, Will. You've been out there all day. Mortal fear. I know, those doors are so difficult. Okay, so what else can we... We probably picked up a ton of clothes. Alright, so yeah, we don't need this at the moment. We're wearing mucklucks, so those are not necessary. We can put that away for now. And put those away. We need to do some repairs. And we can definitely do some upgrades with clothing. We're not perfect by any stretch of the means for a stalker run. But we're finally underweight. And I'm going to put that away. Although we need some old man's beard. And let's drop the coal for the moment. Alright, so now let's go and loot the rest of the dam. If we find any lamp oil. There we go. Now you're moving.
Thank you.
Now you're moving. I know, what will we do without soda? Speaking of lamp oil, hiding in plain sight. One jerry can full. Let's go ahead and load it up now. Now this has got to be the safest thing to do. To take a lit lamp and refuel it. There's no way to spill it or catch it on fire by any stretch of the means. Tools. We'll put those there. Oops, that is empty. We've looked at that. Dun dun. I can hear that dramatic music. It's a little too dramatic for looting, but I'm essentially taking a lesson learned from myself and a few other fellow content creators where people have commented about things we miss, and we're all going to miss things. I mean, we all do. Regardless if you're putting this out for people to consume or you're doing it at home, you miss stuff. You just may not know you miss stuff because you didn't record it and get called out on it. Like that right there. I hadn't noticed that just yet because your eyes are really focused, and Zach did a whole thing of it in his last Stalker video, which would be Winter Survivor episode 2, and he talks a little bit about the psychology of how we look at things versus how the viewer look at things. So after that and my own missed stuff, and then an unfortunate item that was missed during one of DH Dunn's runs, I'm kind of put it to myself to loot differently, to try to take my time and stand back and look at all the shelves, look at all the pieces. See, I saw that red line up at the top there. I thought that might be something. So I'm going to take a little extra time. I know looting is such a painstaking thing to do anyway, but if you're looking for something specific and you need something specific, not Pacific, take the time to look. And look as a viewer would look if you were watching them. It's going to be my new strategy. Like that flare. I think we get to turning our heads so much when we're looking, and we're trying to rush through it. And so I think that's what makes us miss things. So you're trying to keep the video flowing, you're trying to keep the audience entertained, but I mean, if you play this game or you know this game, looting is just part of it, and it's something that takes time, and you just can't rush it, or you miss stuff. And I'm going to try this as a new tactic, but I will still probably miss stuff. But we'll see how it goes.
This'll come in handy.
Yeah, it could. Trying to think of it as when I'm watching certain other YouTube content creators, and not long dark gamers, but there's one particular one guy I watch a lot. It's called Sleeper Dude, and he has his family all involved in it. And a lot of times I will watch that episode once or twice because sometimes some of the things going on in the background are just as funny, if not funnier, than what he's talking about. So I'm trying to think about that in this light here, is that I need to look at this from like not watching what the main character's doing, but watching what the background characters are doing. Ooh, Lord, that's a long one. About 54, 53, 52. And then about 38. $38. Silly man. Okay. If you've never had to open a safe in real life, you will understand that when you screw it up, it is just as frustrating as the game. Oh. Here we go.
This stuff will come in handy.
Hey, now that is something to be excited about. That was weird. When I went to go do that. I went through here, okay. I'm thinking that's in one of the offices upstairs. I think it's like a letter or a note. If I remember correctly. We'll take you for the moment. Same thing. Don't really want the spray paint. I think I've already got some. Metal shelf. I'm finding I'm using the spray paint more and more than I used to. It kind of followed with everybody else saying, it's not, you don't use it, And then I started stumbling upon things where it was useful. Like using it in quonsets for, seeing around in the dark, or because you don't play some of these, like with me, I record when I have time, which is generally on the weekends. And so I may record like 1 or 2 episodes of this, and then the following week we'll record Dead World or back and forth, whatever. So sometimes you'll forget if you've searched a particular building or cave or whatever. So I'm trying to think about like marking them with the with everything. So here we go. See, here's something else. How many people come plowing through? I can't get over this pallet, but there is a fire striker right there. And I'm not really taking that time to look, but I noticed it when I turned my head and was looking in the background and not where I was stepping. And who knows what's hiding back here? It might be worth time to go through and turn that all into tinder. I might find some goodies back there. I think you're too focused on this, and you're not looking, behind the ladder or what's in between this crate. And I think as they've started with the DLC and all the
Use more
things,
food.
they started putting these things in weird places. Empty, empty, empty. What's our weight look like? It's already creeping up. Let's go over here.
All I can think about is food.
Sorry, William. Yeah, we already have one spray can. Let's put the book in there. Let's do that. There we go. Lighten the load. Lighten the load, William. Lighten the load. There's more spray paint. Another bullet.
Could end up being useful.
I'm going to leave those behind there really bad. I'll take those. I'm not sure. And I still have the question about how crazy was this guy loading the weapon that he flung bullets out of the box all over the floor. What scared him?
I could use this.
Possibly. You're really optimistic, Will. Gotta love that. Gotta love the optimism. Of course, I don't think I've ever seen so many CRT monitors in my life. Not since the 80s, at least.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Dude, it's a shame that that wasn't any better, because that shirt is awesome. Okay. How are we doing on water? I really don't want to take the toilet water if we don't need it, because I like to kind of keep it for emergencies at this level, because...
Where's the good stuff?
Not a word I would normally think you would say while looking through a trash can. But, you know, to each his own, Will. To each his own. Maybe you're an avid recycler. Okay. Maybe. They've been hiding stuff in interesting places for a while now. I keep finding all this stuff in really goofy spots. That looks like tile. I'll start looking more. Ooh. What did I see? No, I didn't see anything. It looked like a bullet there for a second. Who knows how badly that guy flung bullets around. Worried about water, and there's a bottle sitting right on the floor. Have a drink, Will. Have a drink. It's funny, you got all these CRT old style computers, but then you got some flat screens floating around. It's kind of like transition. Cardboard box.
I wonder who owns this stuff.
Carter Dam Incorporated? I don't know, Will. Jeez. Well, we did need that.
hungry later.
You look hungry now. I'm surprised you aren't screaming at me. In fact, let's, well, it's only 30%. Well, can't have that. Need to cook that stuff. I wonder how bad things had to be in order to pick up that phone to call somebody.
Excellent.
Excellent. Excellent. Good Lord, we have wasted almost all that fuel that I nearly caught us on fire putting in. Because it takes so freaking long to loot the dam. Oh, cool, mouse. I still think you should be able to use spray paint as an accelerant. Just by goodness, you can really do a lot of things. Now, the observant part of me sees the stem on the floor as I'm trying to look away from where the circle is in the search. I almost wonder if they put that there not just as a timer, but also kind of a like a psychological thing. Exactly. You could probably answer that question better than most people. So I still haven't found any notes or anything about the weapon, so did I miss it? Is it not in this run? And if it's not, it's not. It's not that big a deal. It's just I knew that this was a possibility for the rifle, and the rifle gives us some things. Now see, I just noticed something else I missed. Walking through here, not paying attention.
Could end up being useful.
Ammunition. And I'm sure people watching this caught that, where I was not looking. So I'm sorry this is taking longer than normal for most of the times when we go through this stuff. But, as I said, trying to do a better job.
This stuff will come in handy.
Simple parka up here. Anything else up here? You know what? Let's do this. Let's tear this box up. Let's see if there's anything hiding. It's daylight outside. We can't go anywhere. Let's refuel the lamp in another OSHA-approved maneuver here. Didn't put much in there. Yeah, this is where we wanted to get out at. I love how you're opening that fridge and it opens it like a smidge, just enough to tease you. Doesn't really open it.
I'll be hungry later.
Yeah, maybe. It's empty. You know what? Yeah, you probably could turn that out. We went through a lot of lamp fuel looking in this place. Yeah. I thought there was like a letter or something. Maybe the letter is somewhere else and it says that it's at the dam. Maybe it's at camp office or something else. Maybe I'm forgetting. Been a while since I found that letter, so I don't recall exactly where it is. But regardless, thank goodness we have a bedroll. Right. Now, if anything should make you nervous is when you see the dust falling through the roof. Especially in a dam. Alright. Let's eat up all... Well, let's eat up some of this less than perfect food here. So now we're going to lay down for a nap here. Actually getting a little lean on food. We do have food outside to cook, but we can't go out that door. That pesky sun is out there. Okay, we need to cook those. I think we're good. Okay. We talked about making some repairs on things we were wearing. Now, we had these gloves, so we really don't need those gloves there. And they don't need to be repaired at the moment, so don't need to kick that. We can drop that. Can we repair Santa's skivvies here? Oh, don't do that. Oh, I almost did a bad thing. I almost did a bad thing. No, repair them. Now they got a big hole in the... Well, that might be alright, but... Will was trying to alter the underwear so that it had the flap in the back. He wasn't trying to harvest them. Okay, we picked that up and we don't need that at the moment. I kind of like this combination here of having this leather jacket, which has got a decent amount of protection, and this for weight. We've got good warmth with those two. Now, granted, it would probably be nice to build like a wolf coat or whatever if we get into where we're going to where there's timber wolves or what have you. But let's take stock on what we have and don't have. Before we leave, we definitely have to go through all this. We're not going to be able to take everything. But I think what we'll do is we'll pack up as much as we can get away with. And we will walk heavy over to Camp HQ. The camp office, that is. Let's drink one more of these. Lighten up the load. And we'll try to sleep 10 hours. I don't know if we're going to make it. The weather sounds amazing. Sun is almost down. This is the time for a Summit soda. Okay. We definitely want our cooking pot. We're going to take all of our arrows. I'll take that. We'll take the food. We don't need the timber plugs. I'll leave the books behind. The cans can stay behind. The paint can stay behind. We've got 3 flares. We don't need any more of those. Alright. Of this. Broken arrows. We want 1 flashlight. At least. I thought we found a different one. Maybe that was in a different thing. I think that was a different run. So let's need this. We want all of our ammunition. I'm actually gonna...
Getting kind of heavy.
Yeah, well, you know, Will, sometimes you gotta take one for the team and pack heavy. Alright. We got a mega torch and good there. I'm gonna take 1 thing of spray paint and 1 whetstone. We need that. We'll leave everything else here. We got a good lantern. I think our clothes are good. Okay, sun is almost down. What's it going to cost me to harvest these? Not those. Why do you keep wanting to tear up your underwear, Will? It's not even funny anymore. 10 minutes. If we grab the other ones, we can do those 10 minutes, because I think that's going to be just about right, because I can still see the tiny little points of that sun on the horizon. Just barely. Just barely. Alright. I think we're safe. Between that and the blizzard. Alright. We're going to take our coal. We'll take this. How heavy is heavy? I've seen worse. Pick this up. How much worse is that? Not bad. We're not going to be super fast, but if this is what I think it is... No, get up. I crouched down. I don't even know why. Alright, so we can pick this up.
This gear's starting to slow me down.
Yeah, but guess what? We won't have to deal with the pesky little wolves as we walk over to camp office. Of course, the wind will probably be blowing right at us. Okay. We're walking into the wrong direction of the wind. It's cold. We're going to be damp, wet, nasty. We're in for the long walk. On the positive side, no predators. So we've got all this raw meat and all that stuff, which we can cook up when we get there. I think our big thing right now is we need to worry about finding the rifles so that we can hunt, or we need to try to make as many arrows as we can with either the broken arrows or whatever. We do have 1 bow, But we'll need to start getting another bow ingredients going. And then on top of that, we need to start hunting. So I don't know that we're going to make camp office our base of choice. I might be going to trappers to set that one up. A little more hunting opportunities in my mind. Especially if we get the bear over there and that moose. And where we go from here, I'm not sure. Part of me wants to get enough stuff going so that we could head over to like go over to like Broken Railroad and then maybe go into a Forsaken Airfield. So that way, because of when this was recorded, we're still a couple of weeks away from the additional DLC with the new map for the mine. If we put ourselves in the position to be over there, we could go explore that with this character. And how fun will that be to deal with poison wolves as a night-only character?
Freezing.
Yeah, might be interesting. So I've thought about that, or I've also thought about maybe we go hook ourselves up at Trappers and then move on over to Milton and that. And maybe even go mess around HRV, because HRV is a map that I don't know as well as I wish I did. Getting a tiny better about it, but not great. And Milton is always an interesting town. It can have a lot of stuff there. It can also be a real pain in the butt with all the wolves and stuff. And the whole idea of the heliophobia thing isn't just to sit in a house and hide from the sun. It's forcing me to do something that is always difficult, and that is to move around at night. You got to deal with the aurora wolves. You got to deal with it. So this is more than just about that. It's to try to make it more interesting in the standpoint of it's easy to go walk around in the day. It's easy to go search during the day. But at night, you got to have light. You got to be able to move. You got to deal with a lot more different things. I'm trying to follow this telephone line, and I thought I got lost there for a second. Will you pant harder through the door than you do into the wind on a blizzard? Being cold. Okay. Buddy, you deserve a Summit Soda. Because 4 out of 5 dentists recommend Summit Soda to their patients who drink soda. Alright. Well, we're already cold. We're already here. We already are carrying a ton of meat. Well, you know what? I'm going to leave it alone. The weather seemed to look like it might just change just ever so slightly.
Thank goodness.
Oh, see, there you go. You drank a Summit Soda and were rewarded by another Summit Soda. How exciting is that? There's a flare on the floor.
There's got to be something useful in here.
You know what? We'll take it. Actually, Will, there's nothing useful in here except for a pair of really bad driving gloves. And quite honestly, who has driving gloves? All the vehicles around here are like family cars and small little Datsun pickup trucks. Nobody's driving spiritedly with these vehicles. Even though we're walking super slow, we still have a lot of night left. So I don't know if that I want to hang out at Camp HQ or want to push on to Trappers. Although because this is Stalker, we could go and check out the prepper cache. It might be loaded down with a bunch of goodies. But if we're going to do that, we probably ought to go to Trappers and dump down to being lean and then go, because we'd have to haul back more stuff. No, I think we'll stay here at the camp office. We're going to need to warm up and dry off. There are some areas that we can loot. There's our queue. Such a unique visual that you can see the shadows of the things in the background, but the snow just brutally cutting across the screen. There we go. All right, Will, we made it. And we didn't have to fight one wolf. We don't have much lamp oil. I don't necessarily want to use our... We have 2 torches. I have the mega torch. And we have a slightly used torch. We'll use cardboard matches to light the torches. I think let's go upstairs and we're going to go light the fire up here. And then we'll start cooking some of that meat that we have. Hello, bedroll. No. No. Unless you're going to take the magnifying lens and amplify the light from the torch. How about use the torch?
All right.
Okay. All right. Moldy venison. Okay. Set of work boots. That might be handy for leather scrapping. We'll take the book.
Better take this food.
Just eat the chips. It'll make you happy. I don't think that's that note we're looking for. Ptarmigan broth. We can start making stews. Maybe we can even make venison stew. I don't know what we've got for other foods on us. Water. Good. I was just thinking about water. Here, let's just pick that up because we go to cook again when these are done. We'll see if stew, it's what's for dinner. We got a 96 bedroll.
I could use this.
Well, yeah, you could, but it would be better if we saved it as a backup. You know, take that book too. We might want to keep the fire rolling. Any hidden goodies? No. 29 minutes.
Feels
Field
like
dress.
a lot of gear.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Ragged cargo pants. It's because they're wet, they're no longer warm. So it'd probably be easier if I did this properly. So let's do this. Let's come over here. And let's drop all this stuff because it is all frozen. And it would probably dry out better. Yeah, just wear those because nobody really wants to see you running around in your skivvies. Even though there's nobody here. You never know. Astrid may pop up just out of, you know, blind luck. Take another torch. We've got a few seconds here. Let those clothes dry and warm up. All right. We have a frying pan. We got some soup. We got flour. We have another cooking pot. We will put that there. Candy bar hiding in plain sight. There's spray paint. Oh, there's more potatoes. I still think you should be able to use the potato sack. It would be a lot like the moose satchel. It just, you know, make it like really frail. It doesn't last long. All right, let's go check our food. There's yet another lamp. Storm lanterns abound in Mystery Lake. How are we doing?
I'd better find some water.
But why, Will? You do dehydration so well. Okay. We can make venison stew with broth and flour. Why not? Let's make it.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
I don't know about that, Will. And then what else? Yeah, you know what? Cook the porridge. No, you don't. You don't deserve the summit soda. That's an hour. 15 minutes. Okay, we got the potatoes. Not that we really need it, but I'll move it to the top so we can tell that we've looked at it at least. Oh, we'll take you to keep the fire going.
Hope I can still eat this.
Maybe. Alright, fishing stuff. Don't need that at the moment. Put you up there. There. Don't need that. Let's see, that looks like it is. It looked like the cover of something.
That'll come in handy.
It will come in handy. That was a nifty, neat little hiding place for that. Again, can we don't really need. Okay, I'm gonna go back upstairs. I wish the stove was downstairs. It should be reversed. Stu's got a while to go.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Well, I didn't mean for you to pick up the pot, but you know what? How about put down the skillet? Let's see what we can do with the skillet. All right. 15 minutes. Middle of the night. Kind of wasting our nighttime a bit, but with the weather the way it was outside and the fact that we're trying to warm up all our clothing and all that stuff, not too worried about it. Oh, more water just floating around. All right. What else is there to cook, Will? What else can we cook? Don't see anything.
This stuff will come in handy.
Running river oats. Nothing hiding over there. We saw you. Don't have that. Search that. Okay, I think most of the loose stuff is done. I don't know, did we do that? Oh, look at this. Just as I was starting to open my mouth about having looked, I didn't look on top of the file cabinet because Barney 5 didn't put all his bullets in his pocket. Okay. If we get some ptarmigans, we'll make broth.
It's starting to weigh me down.
Venison stew is 10 minutes away from being ready, though. Well, can we? Yeah, there we go. Even though she's only a 2-burner, we will put the floor cooking to good use and try to cook as many of these little cans as we can. Can we do it all over here? Yes. Yes, we can. All around. Beans, of course. Do we have anything else? How about something that's not showing up in the... Cooked, cooked and moldy. Alright, that's ready. That's ready. That's ready. That one's ready. What are we doing up here? Stew's done. Tell you what, let's cook a bunch of water. That's 18 minutes. Soup is done. Soup is done. That's done now. Alright. Got a bunch of cooking experience from all that. Cooked.
All this gear is slowing me down.
Let's go ahead and make our birch bark. You know what? Let's make some coffee too. Yay! That opens up some cooking things for us. Tell you what, let's keep cooking some of these teas until the water's done. I know it's so exhausting to make tea. It's all that waiting, Will. All that waiting. Well, I didn't really mean to drink the tea, but it won't hurt none. We do need to heal. Water still got an hour. How about some more coffee? How about some more birch bark? How about more of both? Didn't know I picked up that much birch bark. Oh, we can cook bannock now. I don't know. Should we wait? I have to get 3 to do venison pie. Did we lose the fire? Almost. Yeah, we can give him a few sticks here. What else have we got? So we could do venison pie, ptarmigan pie, rabbit pie. Done, if you're watching, notice you were talking about not being able to cut up deer and all that. You can do pies out of rabbits and venison. You were talking about that in one of your videos I watched today. And I, like you, do not know all the recipes that well, but you could have put those rabbits to good use. Although I do believe the pancakes are very powerful. I mean, for the time of cook and the calories you get out of them, they're quite useful. Okay.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Okay, well, you don't even have your clothes on. We're not going anywhere. All right. Well, I do believe, as exciting as this has been, we're going to have to take pause and call this an episode. And although we did not successfully get the rifle, we have looted the dam now and got that out of our hair. And we have got ourselves moved over to camp office, where we will continue to get ourselves straightened up. We're going to head over to Trappers. We're going to lighten our load to where we don't have a lot going, or where we don't have a lot to carry around. And then we're going to go, probably go looting some more. We're going to go looking for the rifle. If we have opportunities that present themselves, we'll try to hunt with either the pistol, which I've been messing around with a little bit on a different run, and or we will use the bow, which we've got a few arrows for. So anyway, I'm going to grab, no, we're just going to do 1 hour pastime to get the save. I couldn't say it any better. So anyway, that'll do it for this episode. We will catch you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching.